Colleen Ballinger, better known as Miranda Sings, is a 36-year-old YouTube star who has now been accused of grooming and bullying her underage fans. Now, I will say, when this drama first started about 3 years ago in 2020, we're going to be talking about a fan specifically named Adam McIntyre to begin. He posted a video 3 years ago about how Colleen had done some really messed up stuff. He deleted it after severe pushback from her stans, as they call them. And he re-released it. 3 years later, he re-recorded it. It's about a 2-hour video, so we're not going to go into that right now. If you're interested in this topic, I highly encourage that you go look into it. But she is 36 now, so keeping that in mind. And I think Adam is 20 now. I want to say he's 20. So she... Obviously, if you don't remember Miranda Sings, she played this kind of obnoxious, stupid, gross character who was makeup all over her face. She'd wear these, high-waisted pants, dorky, stupid. I don't know how else to describe it, but it was a caricature of a dorky person in a bad way. Kind of like the stereotypical dork, right?
Yeah, when you brought this article up, I actually had to go find some sort of images. Yeah. I don't know who this person is. Until I started reading these articles, and I'm like, oh, I get this now, because my niece grew up, and that was one of the things.
That was someone she liked, yeah. And Colleen has branched out into new content over time, but she started with Miranda Sings. So the allegations first arose in 2020 when Adam McIntyre, a former fan, released a shocking video on YouTube. In the video, McIntyre calls out Ballinger's behavior, describing the inappropriate and toxic relationship he had with the then 30-year-old. Although the video was released 2 years ago, Adam McIntyre was initially met with backlash. More information has come to light as he posted again on June 8th, exposing inappropriate conversations Ballinger allegedly had with minors and how she seemingly manipulated and bullied fans into doing free labor. This came up multiple times. He would help do producer stuff on the side, or find information for videos, or come up with jokes or whatever it might be.
Let me ask this question. How many times does this sort of thing need to happen before the person coming forward doesn't receive backlash immediately and get downvoted into obscurity? I mean, I realize I grew up at a different time, and there was, Michael Jackson, that controversy with him. This went on for decades.
And I think with the advent of social media, it's so much easier to share this information now, and I think more people need to be clued in, which is why we're talking about it too. The more people that talk about it and give this story legs to stand on, we're able to then help grow this for the pushback. So continuing on here, he said that in a group chat with McIntyre and Ballinger that were both part of it, but there were other people, Ballinger asked for an ass photo, asking females to describe their first period and making fun of a fan who got a tattoo in her honor. And then, let's see, supposedly the people in the chats were aged 14 to 16 at the time, but this did not stop Ballinger from commenting on their appearance, encouraging bullying, and asking inappropriate questions, such as when they lost their virginity. Other accusations have been made against the YouTuber, including inviting McIntyre to visit Ballinger in Dublin, where she ultimately left him alone after repeatedly giving incorrect instructions as to where to go. McIntyre also states that Ballinger seemed annoyed when she found out his parents would be accompanying him. I felt abandoned in a city I did not know. McIntyre said he was 14 at the time. So I want to, let me see if I can scroll down here and find some of the things.
I'm already scrolling here because... Wow.
I do have another. Let's click on this next article from the Sun, Derek, if we can do that, because this one, this shows Miranda Sings as an event for Nickelodeon, because she had a show on Nickelodeon for some time. I remember when that came out; it was a big thing, and so scrolling down. He had stayed quiet on social media as the accusations were posted again last week. So again, reiterating this happened. He already tried to come out and talk about this. He got bullied into obscurity. Here he's back now, which is great. I'm so happy that he's back now. He's Irish, so that's why she was trying to say we should meet up in Dublin and stuff. He was 13, or a fan since he was 13. And allegations first arose in 2020 when McIntyre released a video asking Ballinger to stop lying about her behavior. She sent him a lingerie set, which we talked about this briefly in our pre-show. But she allegedly went through a haul from a company and had lingerie in it and was giving it to fans and sent it to a 15-year-old boy in Dublin or in Ireland. And she addressed the video at the time saying addressing everything in the situation. Context is everything. I was giving away clothes that I had just bought and were brand new. I did not want them, she said. In the box was a really ugly pair of underwear. People started asking for them in the live stream. Then this boy who made the video asked me for them. And then she said that when she heard about the allegations, she was very shocked and confused. I expressed I didn't know what they were talking about. And I also expressed my frustration that they were trying to bring my son's name into their drama. Again, leave people's kids out of this, but like, don't deflect.
She sent a 15-year-old boy. Granted, they were new, not worn. I get that,
but it doesn't matter. That's weird.
She sent a 15-year-old boy women's underwear.
Mm-hmm. That she had opened and shown in a live stream.
My God, what the fuck is wrong with people? Sorry, guys. This show is not family friendly at the moment. And I'm probably gonna have a couple more outbursts the more I read about this. But let's backtrack a bit, Olivia. So she was bullying the kids, that were helping her with whatever she was doing. Mm-hmm. You said, what was it? She was talking to the young girls, asking them to talk about their first period. First off, that's not normal, is it? I mean, you as an adult female wouldn't go around asking 12 to 15-year-old girls, "Hey, let's talk about your first period," or "When did you lose your
boys?" Or I wouldn't talk to anybody about stuff like that. That's weird, and that's a very vulnerable thing for girls to talk about. I'll talk about it because I'm like, whatever. I'm 25 now, but I'm sure it was. I do want to also add, just to make sure we understand the context here, that she called her fans Colleen's weenies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, kind of gross. So, okay. Again, this is going to make me really mad, and so I'm trying not to give too much because I want people to look into it for themselves too, but...
Wow.
So, we're going to go ahead and move on to these tweets. This one tweet that I found of someone who kind of posts this kind of content. Again, I'm not normally involved in these kind of spaces, so it's just different pictures of things that she posted on the Miranda Sings channel. If you go to this first photo, one of the videos was titled "How to Ride a Child." Yeah, and then you can see the one under that. I'm a PDF file. Apparently is what it... I'm going to thank Mary Morgan from PCC for that one, because that's a great one to use to keep it safe for YouTube. But apparently that was a title of a video. The next photo says, "Googling myself goes terribly wrong," and you can see the image on there. Oh my God. That she uses in the thumbnail.
Why? Why would you do that?
Oh, it gets better. You go to the next one. Trigger warning. Obviously, that's what they put in this. I'm just reading it. Colleen Ballinger bringing a child on stage to act out giving birth. Colleen pretending to be Miranda's uncle in this segment is saying that she likes little girls, making a PDF file comment. Then Colleen says a little girl smells fertile and gets between her legs. We're not going to play this video because, oh my gosh,
no, please do not.
I don't want this on our channel. And then the next one is the very last photo they post is the sexualization of minors and grooming them. And there's different chats of the her asking, "What's your fave position?" Let's see, what else did she say? "Adam, you need questions for your Q&A." So like clearly saying specific things to specific people, so saying hi to Adam, that kind of stuff. Again, these aren't the first instances of her doing these things. There's a video kind of going semi-viral right now of her on stage with a young boy who I believe was 8 to 10. And she always had this joke, it's like ongoing gag on her channel about having cheese balls like stored in her pants because they were like overly sized pants. It was like a gag, running gag. And yeah, she brings a fan on stage, pretends to be on a date with them, and was like, "I always bring a snack," and then offered him to grab one from her. Not grab one and give it to him. She offered for him to grab one from her. Now, there's nothing funny about that. I don't know what's so comedic about that. That's the thing. It's like comedy is usually pretty like subjective, person to person, whatever. This just isn't funny. This just isn't okay. This is wrong. If we're going to talk about grooming minors, we're going to talk about it in every sphere.
Yeah.
Colleen Ballinger, I wouldn't even say is an accused groomer. She groomed people.
You know, the story was bad enough when we're talking about teenagers in this. Then it got worse the younger they got. And like, at what point does this stop? At what point
Where are
does
the
that?
parents?
Yeah, who is? I mean, because obviously this information, these videos were available, but they're on her damn page. You know, here they are, plain as day.
Yeah.
How do you let your kids be there when you see these things yourself?
The parents are the ones recording. It's just like when you see these parents at these other events recording sexualized things with children there or the children involved. I mean, it's disgusting that we live in a society where someone can pass this off as comedy and decide, oh, okay, so we're just going to say it's a joke, so it's a joke. No, some things aren't funny, Colleen. Okay? Some things aren't funny.
I mean, I get it. In the conservative spaces, you know, everyone's saying, "Oh, those darn liberals, they're always upset you can't make jokes." No, making jokes is fine. There are jokes that can be made. This is not a joke.
And
this is not funny.
This is something where even people who used to be fans of her, people that are left-leaning, I mean, the Twitter account we pulled up is a left-leaning non-binary person or trans person or something. I mean, like, this doesn't just exclusively go on party lines here. This is a group of people saying, oh, this person is grooming someone and we need to cancel that. I'm not usually in favor of canceling someone, but I will 1,000% cancel anybody who grooms, manipulates, sexualizes, or abuses children.
Well, I would say let's cancel, but at the same time, let's make sure the canceling happens after justice is served.
Well, I think that's part of the canceling process, right? Like getting her charges brought. And then, I mean, this person has kids. Colleen has children. And that scares me. And so that's, we need to have her, I think that's, again, part of the canceling once the trial is over, but having that process of canceling somebody, that's part of it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what to recommend for those kids, but get them the hell away from her.
It's just sad. The whole thing is sad and disheartening. And again, if you guys want more information, look at Adam McIntyre's video. It's 2 hours, so you don't have to watch it all at once, but I'd really recommend it. I watched the first one. I haven't watched the second one yet, but I did watch this original one. And I just remember being absolutely disgusted by it. This was like during COVID, height of COVID. And so I had all the time in the world. And I just remember sitting there just like, this is someone that people used to look up to. So I'm hoping people that have been associated with her will disavow. I haven't been too involved in who's talked about it. I've seen commentators, but I haven't seen YouTubers yet. I'm really hoping some of these bigger names that used to associate with her will start to. I hope Nickelodeon makes a statement about it. I hope that.
I did see Brett Cooper did a video on that.
Well, yeah, she's a commentator. That's, like I've seen commentators. I haven't seen YouTubers in the sense of like people that were on YouTube and making videos when she was like popular people at the time. Like people that she would hang out with. I haven't seen anything looking at you and someone she hangs out with. This is another example that's weird. Jojo Siwa, who is, I think she's now 19 or 20, but she was friends with Colleen growing up when she was a minor. I think she should share her experience, regardless positive or negative. I think she needs to talk about things that may have happened that we didn't see, because that's also a weird relationship, and no one's talking about the fact that when Jojo Siwa was Jojo with the bows, not the way she is now, but the way she used to be, she and Colleen hung out quite often, and I think that needs to be talked about more too. So that's something I think people should try to,
You're saying like little girls.
And pretending to be an uncle. Do you know how many people have actually gone through that stereotype? Yes. I know it's a stereotype, but do you know why it's a stereotype? Because it happened a lot more than people think. And
far too often.
Someone could have been in the room that was molested, assaulted by their uncle, and to make those jokes as saying I'm an uncle, oh, I like little girls. How do you think those victims feel? Like, it's so defeating.
there are jokes, and then there are warrant messages. I think we all know which one these are belonging.
I agree. We're gonna wrap up this topic because getting a little heated over here, and I don't want to start screaming at my camera.